Hi ma'am, my name is Sheikh Husni. I am studying class 6. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. My future ambition is to become an IAS officer. Shall I ask one question, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
How important is to update English language content as per STEAM?
Okay, I think you know already what we call CLIL. Have you ever heard the term CLIL?
We haven't heard.
Okay, it's when, for instance, you try to teach a lesson in English using some extracts of National Geographic, or you use some extracts from a journal talking about science. This is called, is a tendency in English called CLIL. If we integrate English language teaching in STEM, if we combine them, we learn not only English language, but at the same time, we learn more about science. But the difference between CLIL and STEM is that we can learn about science and increase our knowledge through experiential activities, through hands-on activities. So you learn English at the same time. You learn about engineering, you learn about mathematics, you learn about technology. If you use programming, if you have a robot and you try to program the robot to do something. I will show you later at the end some photos of my English language teaching, which was presented on a live show, to see an idea how we can combine English language teaching and STEM.
Okay.
It's a very innovative approach. I was among the first educators on the world at the global level that integrated STEM language teaching. Actually, something that helps you combine multiple cognitive fields at the same time, multiple subjects at the same time. This is the magic of STEM. In one project, you can learn mathematics. In one project, you can learn technology at the same time and English. This is the magic.
Tedipya, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
My name is Tedipya. I am studying 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My life ambition is to become a software engineer. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Sure, yes, absolutely. Yes.
What is the value of integrating STEAM or STEM opportunities into the classroom?
Into the classroom, yes. What I said before, it helps us develop our critical thinking, to become more innovative. You can create more original projects using not only technology, you can use simply everyday materials. We have two categories of STEM. We have STEM Unplugged. You can use simple materials. For instance, you can use cardboard or Lego or clay, or you can use technology on the other hand, if you want, and create, for instance, a robotics project, etc. So you can develop critical thinking, you can develop creativity, as I said before. It's usually project-based learning, so you collaborate with a team, so you develop also collaborative skills with your students, with the classmates. And at the same time, it's you are involved in an inquiry process. What means inquiry? You formulate a question. Why is this happening? Why this doesn't work? Why my art and craft, why my model doesn't work? What I should change? You pose questions. You review. You revise models. It's what we call inquiry-based learning, and challenge-based learning.
Okay, next, Sai Surya, it's your turn.
Yes. I am hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a police officer. Can I ask a question, ma'am?
I would love this.
What is the importance of incorporating STEAM in English language class?
It's what we said before, that we can combine we can learn multiple subjects at the same time. In one project, we don't learn only English, but also you can learn mathematics, engineering, and technology. This is the most important thing that can help
Yes.
us be more creative. And traditionally, for instance, here in Greece, the subject of English language teaching or French language teaching is considered as boring. It's boring. Why? Because teachers are not efficient. So I think that if we don't integrate innovative teaching approaches into a classroom, especially in these subjects, in the second language teaching, we will fail as teachers. So we need to use digital tools, technologies, what educational technologies that promote STEM, virtual reality, for instance, that have great advantages in education, or cloud computing, or Clickers or Keypad, Click Classroom, MOOCs, everything that can make our classroom more engaging. More than ask me, please.
Do you think that technology plays pivotal role in integration?
Yes, I think you know better than me that you are more techno-savvy than me as a new generation. Yes, as I said before, we have two categories of STEM. We have STEM Unplugged, when we use civil materials, and we have also a STEM which use computational thinking. So with STEM, usually now the trend all around the world is to use Arduino or Raspberry or Microbit, such kind of devices that are related to what we call physical computing. For example, I'll give you an example. I can give you a project we'll give you this device and we'll ask you to take measurements of pressure or humidity in your house or in your classroom. So this way you combine digital elements and at the same time physical elements, the elements of the real world. So we combine real world with digital elements. So it's magical. Physical computing is trendy all around the world. If you are involved with these activities, if you have ever used Arduino, for instance, you will get very, very fascinated, I'm sure. I want to ask you, me too, one question now. Is STEM integrated in your curriculum? I think in India, I know that there are some schools that have already started some courses.
So here, unfortunately, in India, I think not many schools are in a position to allow or to entertain this STEAM or STEM systems in our school system. But there are a few schools they have already embraced this this particular system in their curriculum. But in overall, I think India is still need to imbibe or embrace this system. I think we are still lagging behind in the race of
Yes.
incorporating the STEAM in our education system.
I know that there are some schools that have received the technological equipment, for instance, about
Yes.
robotics. This is a great challenge.
Yes.
Here in Greece also lack funding. So in order to promote STEM, you need also funding and
Yeah.
technological equipment.
And
How to do robotics.
yes, even though we are equipped with the technology, I think the educators have not yet been convinced with the benefits and advantages of the STEAM and STEM. I think they need a little more time to be convinced the advantages of STEAM and STEM. Maybe in future days, in the coming days, they might consider the STEAM is so important as we are discussing today from India and Greece. And so, Jaishnav Likta, it's your turn.
Yes, hi ma'am, my name is Jaishna Likita. I am studying class 6. My hobbies are reading books, playing games. My future ambition is to become a doctor. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yes, of course, you can ask me.
Could you please teach a short lesson incorporating ELT with STEAM?
Yeah, sure. That now I have to share.
We can see.
Okay, so this was an original lesson plan that I presented some years ago when I started integrating STEM in language teaching. It was addressed to English language teacher. And the lesson plan is called Science Say No to Bullying. So what do you see here? You see physics experiment, a lemon battery. So first, I presented this physics experiment to English language teacher, and at the same time, we demonstrate all the steps for teachers. You can see here. And the second part, integrated English language grammar. How? Students experiment with different materials and conditionals in foreign language. You can see here the interactive sheet. And they say, if I use a safety pin, will the ball light up? So they learn, this is the magic of STEM. At the same time, they learn English, grammar, and physics. So they learn how to do a lemon experiment, lemon butter, at the same time, learn conditionals in English grammar. Now, why bullying? Why science say no to bullying? Here you can see 5 yellow lemons and 1 green lemon. The green lemon is the one who is victim of bullying. So students have created an artistic, that's why we talk about STEAM, an artistic representation. We talked about bullying also, we created also sociology into a classroom. And finally, they presented this through theatrical play. So here we have one project which introduces physics, at the same time English grammar, at the same time sociology, and at the same time arts, theater. This is what I mean, that in one project we can combine all these subjects and learn all about this subject. And here I want to say that I'm teaching STEM as a volunteer to students to children the Ecological Hospital. We're talking about students who have cancer and who suffer from severe depression. So it's very, very difficult to make them engaged in any academic activities. However, you can see how they light up when they're engaged in such activities. It's very, very efficient for such children. You can see here what kind of activities. This is STEM and black with simple materials. They learn about physics phenomena. And also, I'm teaching here for refugees and students at the Ecological Hospital, said before, students with educational needs, and also my international project. So this is what I mean that we can do. This was an example. I don't know if you like it. How did you find it?
Yeah. It's so fascinating, actually. The information that you have shared, it's really fascinating, because in one lesson we can learn many subjects. So non-consciously students acquire a lot of knowledge. They can learn the science related words, they can learn English related words, they can learn about engineering and whatnot. There are many subjects are in one nutshell, I think. So it's really interesting. Yes. Yes.
Why is STEAM so important for setting students up for their future?
Because, as I said before, it reflects the 21st century skills, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, communication, which provides you with more confidence in order to face difficult and complex real-life problems. That's why in STEM projects, we always give authentic real-world problems to students, like the problems that they will face when they become older, and then we start working. So undoubtedly, STEM is the future of education, as I always say in my presentation. You need to embrace this trend and I'm sure that you will love it. You know better than me that anything that is hands-on, it's more engaging for learning. I mean, you learn better. It's something that's better memorized in the memory. You can understand. It's better absorbed in your memory when something is more hands-on rather than theoretical. If I'm starting and talking blah, 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 you will never pay attention to me. But if I give you a hands-on, a practical experiment to create a model of boat, for instance, or to create a tower, and there you will experiment with engineering, with technology, with mathematics, this will be more exciting for you.
Yes, I do agree with you. Nandini, it's your turn.
Hello, ma'am. This is Nandini, 8th grader. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a software engineer. Would you allow me to ask a question?
Yes, so you are close to STEM with engineering. Tell me.
Could you please tell us on project-based learning?
Yeah, how project-based learning is related to STEM, because project-based learning helps learners identify problems, to generate questions, create questions for research, to think of solutions, to present ideas, and encourage students to carry out tasks based on real-life experience. So project-based learning involves always a dynamic classroom approach, which focuses on long-term learning, on interdisciplinary. When we talk about interdisciplinarity, many subjects at the same time, and the student-centered also art activities. So we're talking about contextual learning, learning which is based on collaboration, which gives students the freedom to select the topic. The topic is very important. We don't give them the topic. Project-based learning, teachers don't give the topic. Students should select the topic according to their interests. So they have the freedom. They have the freedom to explore and plan learning activities, to carry out collaborative projects, and finally produce their own original project and present it also. So this is
Next,
important.
Lohita, it's your turn. Lohita, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am. I am Lohita Girija. I am in 9th grade. I am 14 years old. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, watching TV, and dancing. My future ambition is to become an English teacher. Shall I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that inclusion of science, technology, engineering, art, and math in our English textbook enables students to enrich his learning skills?
Absolutely. We talk about what learning skills. We talk about an active learning, of course. Content, it's presented in a holistic way. For instance, I can give an example. If I teach you about environment, instead of talking to you theoretically, I can take you outside in the nature, and you can, for instance, use these devices that I said before, Arduino, and take measurements, and do outdoor activities. So in this way, you can learn better about environment. You can develop your critical thinking. You can learn how to respect also nature, to adore nature, and also develop collaborative skills. So learning skills are usually, when we talk about STEM, are cognitive skills, logical thinking, critical thinking, because we talk about inquiry-based learning. So we need to formulate hypotheses around the world around us. We need to observe, for instance, nature, and formulate questions why this is happening. If I give you a project about environment, you should find a solution. I won't give you, it's forbidden to give solutions. Teachers don't give solutions to projects. You should find a solution. But before you give me the solution, for instance, to create a meteorological station, or to give me a solution about climate change, what we should do about climate change, before you need to develop all these processes, all the steps that I said before, to formulate hypotheses, to develop critical thinking, to collaborate. After all these steps, you will find the solution, and you can create your own project, your own art and craft, or your own device. So we're talking about the big process, which actually develops higher order thinking skills, which are what we call cognitive skills.
Thank you.